Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's back. Welcome back to the TSWIFTSISTERS podcast, everybody. As you can tell, I am fully healed and we are ready to share some Taylor Swift news with you guys. How are you ladies doing? How's everybody?
Amazing. Excited.
All right. I feel like every time that we start this show, I feel like since the last time we came on here, there's so much
has happened. Yeah.
You literally do.
It's just so true every time because Taylor Swift never fails us with 100 new things in the week that we're off. Like, she can't ever share new things when we're on and we're ready. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm here for it. Like, I'm really excited about the stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight. So, pull up a chair, grab your coffee. Let's get to it. First things first, we have new Taylor Swift music. It was like the last thing, literally, like that was the last thing that we thought was going to be happening in the next 2 weeks. And here we are talking about new Taylor Swift music, and not music that we have to wait for. Like, it's already out. How do you guys feel about the Til Dawn Edition CD?
Oh my God.
There's just so much. Like, we have.
I know.
Different. The amount of times I have non-illegally listened to Hits Different since it came out,
and it hits different when you listen to it.
So it literally hits so different. Like, I am throwing booty in the club that is my living room because Hits Different is out. Like, we love to see it. That is like the happiest, one of the many happy, sad Taylor Swift songs. Love it.
Really no more MP3 days with that
No
song.
more MP3 days. No more like trying to find that one CD player that you have in your house that's also like a radio and a cassette player to listen to.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm so happy about it. And if you guys haven't already listened to Hits Different, like if you never got the Target CD and you just like it passed over your head, press play on that song and like feel what it is to listen to Hits Different, honestly.
It's truly like a top song on the album for me.
I agree.
I feel like in the 2 weeks, I would have expected a 1989 announcement over a new Midnight's edition. So this is just
Midnight's
like
edition. We have new song. We have like one crazy song never before heard. We have
that we have to talk about.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about that. Do not worry. We have a new version of Karma. We have a new version of Snow on the Beach. And like we just talked about, Hits Different. So let's like unpack it. What the Til Dawn Edition do you claim? And before You're Losing Me, you can't claim You're Losing Me yet. Because when it came out at midnight, all we had was Hits Different, Karma featuring Ice Spice, and Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Ray. So of the three, which do you claim? I love the more Lana Del Ray edition.
It gave me chills when I listened to the second verse.
It's
so good.
It hits different.
That should have been the original song on Midnights.
Yeah, I agree.
But we know there was a discrepancy there with, their thoughts on recording, and Lana didn't know how much to record or how much Taylor wanted her on that.
Right. Do you think that had to do with like A, the pandemic, or B, that like everything having to do with Taylor Swift is so secretive that she was just kind of like, here's this song, you're going to be featured on it, end story, figure it out, goodbye?
Yeah, maybe both. I mean, all of the above.
I also think, I don't know if it's like just me, but even with Nobody No Crime with Haim, like they're not in it a lot. Like, I just think it's a Taylor Swift
That's
thing.
Common with her.
Right.
Features are minimal.
Okay, but look at Endgame. Like, Ed Sheeran had his own rap. Who was the other guy? I'm sorry.
But I'm just throwing out there, when it's women that are featured, it's minimal.
It's more
I've
Taylor.
said that before.
Yeah.
I honestly though, like, I'm glad Lana got her moment. And like, I feel like when it first came out, we were all kind of like, man, whatever. Like, Snow on the Beach is not really that up there. Like, it just was. And now, like, it's honestly moved up in ranking on my Midnights list.
So good. Lana's a humble queen. She didn't think she was needed too much, I guess, on that first try. I'm glad she got another round at it and just popped off. She left no crumbs.
Yeah, no, she literally ate and left no crumbs. Karma featuring Ice Spice. I'll be super honest, like it's not my favorite. Like I'm not like, oh my God, listening to it every day, but I will also be honest and hold myself accountable and say that I will not rest until I learn the rap.
I agree.
And then I'll just always listen to Karma original version and I'll be Ice Spice and I'll say the rap.
Right, because we're still gonna do it.
Yeah. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a video of Andrea Swift, Taylor Swift's mom, circulating over the weekend at East Rutherford. Taylor had Ice Spice out all weekend to perform Karma. And in the actual concert, like we know that Andrea Swift loves dancing and participating and singing all of Taylor's songs. Like she is the OG Swiftie. And Taylor was like, Karma takes all my friends to the summit. And then Andrea Swift is literally like, facts.
Yes.
I was like, yes, queen. Yes.
I love that.
That made me like the song 10% more, 13% more if we're going to be like.
Also, that's going to be us singing it. So.
Facts.
No, 100 facts. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've said facts a lot more lately after that. But I saw this TikTok that was basically like Karma featuring Ice Spice is like when you're giving a presentation and Taylor's like the super hype, like the one that's talking, and then Ice Spice is just like the background, like, yeah, what she said. And it was like a video of them, of like two people reenacting a presentation, but it was the video. And I was like, that's exactly the vibe. Like, especially not in the verse part, but towards the end where she's kind of just saying random things. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, okay, like it's a bop and the music video is amazing, but
she's just like Taylor's hype queen. She's Taylor's hype queen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so fun of a song is that we didn't need it. And like, according to Taylor, Ice Spice like really loved Taylor's music and reached out saying that they wanted to collab. And Taylor just like saw it as a fun opportunity to be like, yeah, you know what? Come on, like hype me up. We'll make a super even more fun version of this already like fun song. So I think it works. I approve, honestly.
That's what's great about it. Karma is such a strong song from the beginning. Like it's fun. It's, it builds, it pops off. So either way, it's going to be good. Like no complaints.
Karma was number one for you, right, Sama? Is it still number one or?
I don't know. It changes a lot based on my mood. So I have to revisit, but I still always pop off to Karma. Like I'm going to go hard in LA to Karma. I just know it.
Well, also it's because it's the closing song. So we're going to be crying, getting confetti, taking a lot of footage and popping off to Karma.
And popping off. Yeah. Okay. But we always love like the ad libs and the background vocals to songs. So I know this is going to be it for us too.
Yeah. It's like when we had our Midnight's review, which I think it would be fun. Like, maybe
listen back to it
in
now.
Season 2, we'll revisit like a year after Midnight's has come out. We'll do like a year later, kind of see what we said and like how that's changed over the year. And like the first thing that I will say is that we were like kind of not fans of Bejeweled. And now, even when we were together, like on our last retreat in January, we were like, nice. Like, that's just who we are.
Yeah. And I love Bejeweled now. So don't know who she was back then.
Don't claim her.
No, we don't claim any of them. Bye.
But back to the songs we claim. I'm going to go with Hits Different.
Okay. I'll probably go with Hits Different too. That song just makes me feel some type of way. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
That last part when she like screams to take me away.
Oh, yeah.
That do be the part.
That doobie.
Really doobie.
Really but doobie. She's off tour now. Okay, so now that we've done those, we can finally talk about the elephant in the room. That's You're Losing Me.
Oh my God.
The chaos to access that song
Yeah.
I don't think you guys know like what I went through to get that song. The first time that I heard it was on a like, I guess it's like the like Twitter has their own like Instagram live kind of thing.
Mhm.
I heard it through someone's car CD player and a group with a bunch of other Swifties because like the shops at MetLife opened at 12:30 and you could only get the CD with You're Losing Me on it at MetLife like at this time at 12:30. So at like 12:35 everybody's like, "Okay, like you've had enough time. Where's my song? Like somebody give us a download."
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of people getting downloads of the song Me. Like everybody would open a song and it would be like me. Like again, damn it. So we're all like going crazy. Like, is it gonna start streaming? What's happening? Like, oh my God, we're seeing like clips, like the Eras tour social media is like sharing clips of the lyrics and we don't know what's going on. Like we went to the lengths of the Great War that day trying to get the song. So then finally some beautiful Swiftie was able to make it to her car and like put it on for us in like the radio thing and we heard it. And then a few minutes later, we finally got like the actual download of it. And that's how I shared it with you guys. It was happening like so much. There was so much adrenaline that I didn't even really process the actual song until like it took me, I would say like over a day, I think, to like really sit there and listen to the song and be like, oh my God, I think this is the saddest song that Taylor Swift has ever written.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What were your initial reactions? I know Tosh was crying in the club, aka the work bathroom.
Yeah, I was sobbing in my classroom.
Tell us more.
It's just very raw. And like, I think, and like, let's say like All Too Well, Last Kiss, like those are all really emotional too.
Deep cuts.
Yeah, but this was just like how she was really feeling in the moment versus what was happening, if that makes sense. So it was just like way more sad for me and like just kind of relatable. Like it just,
yeah. I think part of it also has to do with the amount like that we were all invested with her relationship for so long. Like, you know, we had Rep, which was Joe's like first album. We had Lover, which are like all these, we had so many songs for so long of her falling in love with him. And now it's that story of like the end that it's like, oh, like this is sad. What about you, Sammy?
I was not expecting like that level of vulnerability. And it was almost like in the perspective of you being there going through the breakup. Like I felt like I was going through that tragedy, like as her, because the story wasn't like what Tosh said, not the events, but the process of emotions that goes with the breakup, which again, like it's different in such a bad way. And like you said, that was a good point. You know, we were so attached from the beginning because we had so much content through music, especially with Lover. Like, I feel like Lover really solidified it for me where I was like, wow, this is it.
She's happy. Like, this is right.
He's the one, right?
Yeah.
There's no question about it. It's long-term. That's it. And then this came out and it just, you know, it 180, you know, not what I was expecting. I guess that's why it was so sad and heartbreaking.
Yeah. And I think it shows the reality of it all, of like those first moments in a relationship where you're kind of like, this is the end for me. Like, I'm good. I have found a new life for myself. I have this life with like the person that I love, and I believe that I'm going to be with them forever. And like, God forbid anything ever happened to that. Like, how could I survive? And then kind of being on the other side of it and being like, I know that I'm going to survive, but I'm like, I also know and respect myself enough to know that like it's met its course. And like, and I'm glad that she has all of that music to reflect on, right? She has those moments to see, you know, and I'm sure she knows how much she's grown as a person too, because you don't come to this song without seeing how much you've grown as an individual. Like you wouldn't be able to get there. So It was hard though.
I also want to say something that like I took from it, like the way I interpreted to like her releasing this. I feel like it was also her taking ownership of like everything from the past years because they were so private, so hidden, whether that was her choice or not. This was her able to just like release, her side, her feelings and whatnot, which, we may not have known all her feelings going through it while she was with him. I don't know. I feel like this was that like separation that was needed. We're seeing her a lot more. This was like a good way to kind of like address it in a not so like blatant way.
Do you think anything, and we'll talk about the crazy weekend that was East Rutherford, New York, New Jersey shows, but do you think what you mentioned has anything to do with the fact that the CD was only available to attendees at East Rutherford? Like, do you think it was because she only wanted her fans to access it? Like, she's like, I don't really want to talk about my story publicly, but I know that you're waiting for something. And like, I love this song and it's a beautiful representation of what I've gone through and like who I am now. And I want only you to have it. Do you think like that's why she did that, or just because she's Taylor Swift and she just decides one thing one day and is like, yep, it's going to stick?
But do you think, like, don't you think she would sell them at every show?
That's what I don't know moving forward. And like that, I kind of wrote this down in our show notes, is like what made East Rutherford so special that they're the only ones that get this song. But as I'm saying it now too, I'm like thinking back of how much of their relationship was built
there
in New York.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what my answer was going to be. It wouldn't be every show.
Mm-hmm. Dive Bar on the East Side, King of My Heart. All of those are like, oh, I have chills. All of those are New York songs.
I don't see it as a song that would be available at every show, because then it would just be so mainstream and it would just be like passing around, something so private. So like, who knows how long she was holding on to that. This was kind of like a quiet, small release of, here, I'm sharing this with you in this place, in this area that meant so much to me and my relationship. I'm just going to leave it here. Do it with it as you wish, but here it is,
So like kind of here it is. We're never going to talk about it again. Let's all move on kind of thing. Like you guys can cry forever, but I'm good. Let's keep going.
Do we think though that it won't ever be on like a streaming platform and stuff, just because like Hits Different wasn't going to be?
Yeah, and then we got it.
It is.
But I mean, how many months did we wait for Hits Different? When was October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May? 8 months. I hope.
But it was on a CD that we could get anywhere.
So was Hits Different?
Like,
oh, you're saying like
I'm saying Hits Different. Yeah. Like I truly don't think that this track can only stay on these CDs that are sold in New York and New Jersey. Like, I think they're either going to be released only on CD to sell at all the other shows, or to just sell in general, or it's going to be on a streaming platform, like kind of not soon, but like a little soon.
I think streaming, but not, I don't think soon. Like, I feel like it would be kind of the same thing with Hits Different, like waiting for it to run its course, especially with this, like the sensitivity with it. I feel like the noise needs to die down, like all the chaos, to then kind of just like peacefully release it into the world.
Yeah, I get that. And I also think that we'll know kind of what the approach is going to be with merch. We will know basically as of tomorrow for us, when you guys hear this podcast, yesterday, from early merch day. But that being said, the CD wasn't available as early merch on Thursday. So it could have happened yesterday, Thursday, or today. I think that's going to give us the answer. Like, we're going to know soon, basically, whether or not it's going to be widely available.
But it wasn't early March because it wasn't announced yet.
It wasn't announced yet, right?
So it could still be.
Right. That's why it's kind of like a toss-up. But Taylor Nation / Taylor Swift Store had it for a while as a digital CD. You could pay the $5.99 and get the digital version of the CD and have You're Losing Me. So I really don't know. Maybe that does make it more likely that it'll be
a physical
CD at every stop moving forward.
Yeah, that does.
We're just going to have to see. And that being said, have you guys seen that people are reselling the CDs for like literally 10 times the buying price? Like, this was meant for fans. Please leave it. Like, you were allowed to buy up to 4 CDs per person, and you're using that to try to rip off fans again. Why are we always in this situation? It was $10.
We're seeing this in literally every corner of this tour. We can't escape it.
No, literally.
Using her for clout yet again.
Ugh.
And the money.
We'll come for you. You'll get your karma. I was going to say, for real, everybody's favorite lyrics from You're Losing Me.
Okay.
And if you pick a line from the bridge, just because I know this bridge is so freaking strong, you have to pick another like from another part of the song.
Okay. Mine is not from the bridge.
Ooh, okay. I feel like we'll probably have the same one because it's just so good. Ooh, there's so many good lines in this song.
Though, yeah.
Do you have yours already, Tosh?
It's in the second verse.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sing it, but how can you say that
like a poem?
Yeah.
How can you say that you love someone you can't tell is dying?
I love that one.
Yeah, that was on my list of lines.
I love that one, and I love that she says right after, like, my face was gray, but you wouldn't admit that we were sick. Like, that is that's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's that when you get to that point in like a relationship that you know is over, and like you don't want to face the fact that it's over, and your face is literally like gray because you're dying on the inside, and like neither one of you are going to admit like this is not working anymore.
There's no life left.
Yes. Do you have yours, Sammy?
So one that stood out for me that's not on the bridge, I'll get to the bridge after, but I'm getting tired eating for a phoenix, always rising from the ashes. But skip to the last line of that pre-chorus. You might have just dealt the final blow. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my God, the blow. Oh my God, mean. She's talking about giving blows again. Like, to the relationship, to her as a person. And I'm like, I feel like this is I hear it a lot, you know?
Yeah, that's a good connection. Mine is also a connection one. I'm actually surprised that neither one of you picked the one I picked, but I feel like it's like the most obvious of the non-bridge ones too. Like, but when she says, remember looking at this room, we loved it because of the light. Now I just sit in the dark and wonder if it's time. And like that one, you see, like it's the basic one, but like it ties back to Cornelia Street and how they found their love in this apartment, and like thinking about them having bought a house, or like just also relating it to normal life and being like moving in with your partner and being like, wow, imagine all of the stuff that we can do in this room. And then sitting there alone and being like, damn it. Like,
that was the first, hearing that for the first time was my first like audible reaction to the song. And I was like, oh my God, they were shopping for furniture and
it's hard. It sucks. And then I also, when I was like looking at the lyrics and like just thinking of other Taylor Swift songs and stuff, and Evermore, her song, It's Time to Go, I feel like has so many parallels with this song. And like that line, like, now I just sit in the dark and wonder if it's time. Like, she's written so many songs about like when the time is up, that I just wonder if she was sitting in the dark and like thinking of if it like it's time to go, and being like, I know all of these things in my heart, and like I do know that like you know, like just based off the stuff that I've been through and the stuff that I've written, like I do think it's time to go.
When do we think that she like wrote this song?
Okay, I was also thinking the same thing, because she mentions in the song, she says it in the song, in the bridge, I'm the
pathological people pleaser.
No, but that is my favorite bridge lyric.
That was
I love that one. I'm trying to find it now. Hold on. Where she says, I'm the best thing at this party. Is that what the exact lyric is?
I'm the best thing at this party.
Okay, so I was thinking of the Grammys, right? And Taylor Swift's like iconic Grammys after parties, and Joe was there with her, and she's like, I'm the best thing at this party, and like you're kind of ignoring me, and like whatever. So I don't know if it was like pre-actual Midnights, or like when in her timeline she wrote that, but that's what I just like kind of put together.
So you think post Grammys
pre-eras. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I was just wondering, like, do we think it was a pre-Midnights, post-Midnights?
Yeah, I just think like I was me just like going off in my tangents in my head. I'm like, okay, realistic, or like if this was my situation, how I'm like looking outside in, she's at the Grammys party. That was like the last time that we really know she was with Joe. We had our whole Haler in the Grammys episode. We talked about her wearing his jacket, him being at the after party, him sharing photos with Jack Antonoff. So I associate this line, I'm the best thing at this party. And then whatever happened at the party and after was the losing me aspect of this song, like where that song really started being born, if that makes sense. But that's also just me playing, you know, devil's advocate.
I think for me, hearing the song like made me realize I won't ever know. Oh my God, I just realized what I said. I won't ever, or, you know, we may never know when the fallout really started, because what if it was like just instances over time and then this was something that she just like kind of, I'm just imagining like the writer's process, just scribbling out like her feelings in the moment and like holding on to it, like literally in the vault until the day came, the day she might have anticipated, the day she would have feared, you know, and then released it. I don't know. Like that could have been, who knows in which era, I guess after Lover, but I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Like you're saying it could have been written for a while and then
and just
released to confirm what we think happened, I guess.
Written in the moment, held on to until.
Well, so many people have like speculated, and like it's like what you said, Sammy, we're probably never going to know, and like we don't deserve to ever know because that's Taylor Swift's personal business, and we'll get more into that later. But you know, I think we're allowed to just, you know, have some thoughts on it. And a lot of people have been thinking that Midnights was always a breakup album about her and Joe, which in my opinion, a factual thing Taylor Swift has said is that these are things that have occurred over her life during her career. Right. So I don't think it's a breakup album about Joe. And like, we saw them together in November, February, but maybe like all of this, you know, we don't know how long they were struggling, whatever. So I do think I agree with it. But I do still think that the little line of the best thing at this party, like maybe that was the final blow.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
I do think it could have just been a slow burn. Yeah. Then, but the really quick, and I know we've talked about this for a while, but the line where she says like, I wouldn't marry me either, a pathological people pleaser, like that hurt because it seems like the partner is calling her that. Like the partner is saying, I don't want to marry you, you're a pathological people pleaser. Like I don't know how to, like it seems like it's what the partner tells her, and that just made it so freaking sad. Like
yeah. I think it could be like something that she's thought of internally, but then also he like knew that was her vulnerability and used it back against her. Like, of course, we're never going to get married. All you do is please your fans, please the people around you. Like you never have a chance to like take a step back and like work on this relationship. You know, like those nasty things that are said in a fight.
Right. Like and knowing that it would hurt.
Yes. Yeah. Like those are fighting words. And then, so the I wouldn't want to marry me either. I was kind of like, and then she's like a pathological people pleaser. What hurt me the most was who only wanted you to see her. Like that wrecked me because I'm like, we know so much about how much you valued and loved this relationship. And like all you ever wanted almost was like the person to feel the same, like to just see everything. She mentions it also in the bridge, like, I've always been on the front line of your battles, like whatever. And it's kind of just like, I feel like she alludes to the fact that he just like She says, fighting in only your army front lines, don't you ignore me. So it's kind of like, don't you see that I've been fighting for you for so long and doing everything for you? Like, why can't you understand that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a pathological people pleaser, which means she's gonna want to please her partner, and it's not happening, and it's not because she's not trying. It's just so sad.
It's just a really sad song.
Until you're choosing me. My God, that last part of the bridge just killed me. But this also, like, mentioning that line of "I wouldn't marry me either" made me think of, it's kind of like the opposite perspective, or maybe like a juxtaposition of what we hear in Champagne Problems, like a different kind of scenario of not getting to that point, but for what reason? Like, what didn't lead you to getting married? Was it the other person not seeing you fit for it, or, you backing out? I don't know. It's
deep.
It's deep.
So deep. Damn. It really hurt. That one really hurt. Okay, now that we have You're Losing Me added to the Til Dawn edition, what song do you claim? I know what we're all going to say, so.
Yeah.
Okay, hot take. I think You're Losing Me is sadder / has a better bridge than All Too Well 10-minute version.
Sadder, yes. Has a better bridge.
Questionable?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I need to get more. I need to let it settle in more.
I've gotten really close to the bridge in the last couple of days because I made a TikTok yesterday singing the bridge. So I really learned it, and I really let myself have a moment with it, and it really grew on me. And I was like, okay, I think this bridge is deep, So yeah.
I'm definitely choosing this one though for
sadder.
For sadder, but if we're doing like the new song,
claiming.
I'm claiming this one. Yeah,
I agree.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'll claim Hits Different for my happy song. This will be my sad song.
Okay,
exactly.
Nice.
Okay, so moving right along, there was so much that happened in East Rutherford last weekend, and dare I start with what hurts the most was being so close. Losing Getaway Car and Maroon.
No. Moment of silence for Getaway Car and Maroon, because that really hurt me deep.
Especially losing it on a
the
show
same night.
Yes.
Yes.
I was on a show we were supposed to go to. Like, it's just karma in the worst way.
Facts.
Facts.
I like to believe that there's something special waiting for us in LA. And I just keep having to remind myself, especially in moments like this, because this one really, really hurt. It felt personal.
It was personal for me too. I have to agree with that. When she said, I have fun tricks, whatever. Every time that she has fun tricks, they're never fun for us at home.
No.
I was like, dang it. And then she called Jack Antonoff out, and I knew it. Like, the minute that Jack Antonoff was there, I was like, okay, this is it for me. Goodbye.
Over.
See you in my next life. And it was so good acoustic on
surprisingly
beautiful. No, all of it her, and Maroon is another fantastic song.
I love that song.
Sounded paired up with Getaway Car again at a show that we were supposed to be at. I just the rage that I have the most toward is Ticketmaster. I'm the most upset at them.
But also the people that were there. Oh my God. Crowds of celebrities that
all weekend long, so many celebrities.
So many. And people that I'm like, wow, you're Swiftie? Okay, I love that.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
King.
We had to know our Broadway king was only going to appreciate the greatest artist of all time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Broadway stars know best.
Ant-Man, J.K. Paul Rudd, as he's better known around the streets.
Yes. Oh.
There were Bradley Cooper. Olivia Benson was there again. Listen to me, Olivia Benson, Mariska Hargitay. better known on the streets as Olivia Benson.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Marissa Hart / Olivia Benson is Olivia Benson on Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Okay.
And also who Taylor Swift's cat is named after. So Meredith is named after Meredith Grey.
Right.
Olivia is named after Olivia Benson. And Benji's just Benji. So, oh no, Benjamin Button. He's Benjamin Button. There you go. Some fun facts about Taylor Swift cats that you learned today.
Love.
So she was there. Amazing.
Yeah. So Ice Spice was there all weekend. The fact
Sean and Camilla.
Sean and Camila were there. Oh my God. There was so much going on in New York. Like, whatever.
Gordon Ramsay.
I saw that.
Miles Teller, Aaron Rodgers, like
Aaron Rodgers was a vibe.
He was popping off. My dad texted me the video of Aaron Rodgers and he's like, LOL. I was like, yeah, I'm expecting the same energy from the Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium. Like, I better see my favorite Rams player out there vibing to Karma and like all the deep cuts. I can't believe though that she like released the music video live on stage. Like, I love the fact that
that's crazy that she did that.
That she sat on stage. So cute. Like, I was like, besties, do you need popcorn? Like, I'm popping it right now. Like, let's go.
Obsessed.
They were so cute for doing that. Taylor Nation, I have a bone to pick with you because they started a live. So we know when Taylor Nation starts a live, that means it's like something chaotic. I was like, damn, maybe we are getting 1989 tonight. And then literally Taylor's like, oh, we're going to have Karma music video. And as the music video is about to play, they ended the live.
So annoying.
And I couldn't find like a good live. It was
the quality was really bad in the stadium, but
so bad.
I managed on Instagram Live.
You were on Instagram Live? I watched it on TikTok. I don't know what live I was on, but it was like 3 different lives on the same live. And they were all like off. It was hard. Like, I can't believe that's how I had to watch Getaway Car.
It deserves more than that.
For that, I'm going to have to watch Reputation Stadium Tour over again just to see the Getaway Car performance.
You're right. So sad.
Only for that reason.
Yeah, not to just waste 3 hours of my life on the couch watching a concert that I've seen 800 times already.
I'm genuinely scared for us.
Okay. Guys, we were right about a surprise song finally. We got Welcome to New York. We got Welcome to New York. She also played Clean the same night. I think it's like interesting to note here that she did the opening song of 1989 and the closing song of 1989 in one night.
Ooh.
Right?
That is a good point.
Yeah. So like, do you think now that Midnight's Mayhem with me, May underlined 3 times is over, we got so much stuff in May. Do you think 1989 announcement TV soon, or like, are we asking for too much, or just like, I don't want to be greedy, but like, I think we're allowed to at least speculate on it.
Obviously, the May underlined was that she released the Into the Dawn edition of Midnights.
Plus the Karma music video, plus Speak Now TV. Those are
so 3. There you go. I don't know about 1989. I feel like this new Midnights kind of threw a wrench in things, and like I don't know.
I think we need to refer to the music video for the indicator of when 1989 is coming before we put on the clown makeup. Let's just hold on.
And we're not going to go over the Karma music video today just because there's so much to break down, and this has already been like a long enough episode, and we still have some other things to get through with you guys. But we do want to come back with some more bonus content for you and the music video. So we'll figure out when and how, but we definitely like kind of want to sit down and really flesh it out and go through it together. So moving on from East Rutherford weekend. So sad. Like, I can't even think about it anymore. Post Concert Amnesia is like a real thing. Have you guys heard of this? So Time released an article. Yes, I was getting there. Time released an article, why you can't remember that Taylor Swift concert all too well, and we'll link it for you guys. But basically, one of the professors that they quoted, his name is Ewan McNay. He's an associate professor in the Department of Psychology at the State University of New York in Albany, said that it's not just something that's concert specific. It can happen anytime you're highly emotional. You know, that's why like a lot of people when they're getting married don't really remember things. Like there's just so many emotions going on that like your brain is kind of in that like fight or flight factor. So you're not really making memories. It's a whole thing. Like you'll have to read the article, but has this like happened to you guys personally and only specifically with a Taylor Swift concert? Let's be a little more like specific, you know, to the approach. Because we've been to a lot of shows. Are there any that like you just like black out?
For real, I remember Eras Tour. I do not remember like a lot of Reputation. I don't remember like anything from Speak Now, like at all. Like sometimes when you say things like, because Ren, you have great memory, we know this. You'll be like, yeah, when she did this at our show, and I'm like, oh crap, she did that. Like I for real don't remember a thing. Reputation, I don't remember a single thing.
Do you remember what her surprise song was?
No.
Do you remember, Sammy?
No.
Okay, and I'm not saying this just to be an ass. Like, and I'm gonna get to why. It was Breathe. We had Breathe as our surprise song.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
At Reputation.
Yes.
But I feel like what were you gonna say?
No, go.
I was just gonna talk about my personal experience. So say what you were gonna say.
I was just gonna say I remember like a really high point. So Reputation, don't remember. I remember Camila Cabello opened.
Okay.
1989, I remember when she brought out Pitbull.
Okay.
But I can't tell you a song they sang. Like I just remember the feeling, and that's about it. Eras Tour, I remember, but give me like a few months, and I think I'll forget too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Sammy?
No, I was just thinking. Are we thinking like right after the event, like after we experience it, like maybe the next few days, someone's like, "Oh wait, like I don't remember what just happened." Because I feel like I also have bad memory, like pre-pandemic. Like
Same.
My memory's a little foggy.
I think like just at any time, like if you're like, man, really, okay. I don't even remember being there, kind of thing.
I think Speak Now is probably the haziest for me.
Well, that was the longest.
Yeah,
that's been the longest since we've been to that one. But you remember 1989 pretty well, rep pretty well.
Yeah, I think because like certain things stick out, like. Okay, the commitment to the outfit or noticing like key things on the stage. I don't know, even just the experience of like getting to the arena, those things like stick out because they're also high stress. But yeah, just Speak Now, I would say is the haziest.
Okay. So I do have really good memory, but I don't remember. So the memories that I have of the shows are because like Rep, I remember really well because we have the Netflix movie and I've seen the movie so many times and I'll just like, I rewatch it because I've forgotten like my own experience. And then like sometimes watching it, it'll trigger memories like, okay, I remember that. But like Breathe, I remember because I have a video of it. And I remember when she like started playing Breathe, I was like, I need to have a video of this so I don't forget about it. 1989, I remember Pitbull coming out because I took the video of you crying. And I remember, I feel like some stuff because 1989 had a world tour movie and I used to watch the movie. I got Apple Music because 1989 had the world tour on Apple. Since then, like I haven't watched that one in years because it's not available anymore. So I don't remember much from 1989. Red, I have one photo collage from my Instagram for Red, and I don't remember anything from that show. But at the Eras Tour, when the guy comes out with the box.
Yes.
And they do the boxing, I was like, I remember that. I remember watching that at Red. But that's the only thing that and like the end of We're Never Getting Back Together when the show was ending and like they were dancing on those like high beam things that were like going like this kind of thing.
All I remember from Red is Ed Sheeran opening.
I remember Ed Sheeran opening too because I thought it was so
he had the loop pedal. Yes.
The thing that he was doing with his feet, like he was playing
That's
so
the
many
loop pedal.
instruments at once.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was just going to say something that like sticks out for me from 1989 was Vance Joy opening.
I don't remember anything.
Vance Joy?
Yeah, because I was like, who is this guy?
We heard Riptide?
Yeah, and it was when Riptide was popular.
I was like, wait, this is Riptide. And I don't know why that stuck in my brain, but here it is.
I feel like I don't remember 1989 because we were literally like at the last row of the concert.
And we barely made it. Like that was our day trip that we like got there at like 7 p.m.
I remember like the news thing and like all of those things, but those are things that I have pictures of that I look back on and I'm like, okay, I remember these memories. Speak Now, I only remember Speak Now because I have the Speak Now World Tour on DVD and that I've seen a million times. Like those are the memories that I have from Speak Now. I don't know if she ever played surprise songs back then. People said that she played surprise songs in 1989. I don't know. Red had a surprise song. I went back and looked it up because I wanted to know our specific surprise song. What was
Red?
It was Today Was a Fairy Tale.
I remember that.
I don't remember that.
It's the Post Concert Amnesia.
So, but do we think it's that, or do we think it's just time passing and fading memories as normal?
I think
because we're getting old.
It could be a little bit of both. Like already with Eras, I feel like a lot of the things that I remember about my own personal experience at the Eras tour almost 2 months ago, I remember because I watch the TikTok live stream every weekend. So I'm constantly seeing the concert over and over again. But like, I don't really remember much. Like if I like close my eyes and think of Eras tour, like I remember more how I felt versus like what was actually happening.
Yeah.
So do you think for LA, that would be the second time you guys go? Do you think you would remember that experience more? Or do you think maybe because we have so much going on, like it would interfere with the memory? I don't know.
That's a good question. But I think because we watch so much of the live stream for content for you guys, we'll already know what's coming in the concert. So it'll be easier to make memories, I think.
True. Because we studied it.
Yeah.
Like we already know what's going to come. Like we're not going to be stressed about like what's next. Like what we're not going to remember is the surprise songs because that's when we're going to be like, oh my God.
That's a good example. That's going to be like our highly emotional state. Yeah. So it could be blacked out from our memory, but that's a good point. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Crazy. Moving on, I will share this with you guys in like a little Instagram post basically, but I want to talk about how many songs from each album we have left. So USA Today has shared this like really, really good interactive kind of article that really goes in depth with the Eras tour. I'll link it for you guys so you can check it out. But basically, we're just going to run down really quick because we're already halfway through the Eras tour US leg. Isn't that so sad? Like, I feel like we were just here buying tickets. We were just here, like, giving you guys tips on what to do and how to get tickets and where to go.
If it was actually going to happen. Like,
yeah, remember when I was like, I have this fear in my head that it's just like Fire Festival and like here we are halfway through. Like, I feel like that was yesterday.
We're at our half now, baby. Our half.
We're getting so close. You guys are going to be so sick of us. I am so sorry in advance.
It's just crazy because it felt so far away when we got tickets. And now we're in June. We're in June.
Yep.
It felt like a lifetime away. Like we had so much prep and I wouldn't even like process going to the concert. But now I'm like, oh my God, it's here.
Yep. I make bracelets every time I can. It's a lot. Okay, so let's quickly go through this. Yeah. So for a debut, the list that USA Today has includes 8, but it also has on there I Heart ? So I think like if you don't include that, because like I Heart ? Is an EP song We're going to have 7 classic debut songs. But if you include I Heart ? Then we also have to include the other EP song, that's Beautiful Eyes. So 9. I think Taylor might play those too. Fearless, this list has 13, but if this was a movie, now we know is a Fearless TV song. So we're going to bump that up to 14. So 9 debut, 14 Fearless. We got a good amount.
This is how many are left.
Yes, that haven't been played
as Fearless,
a surprise song, or as like a set list song. Speak Now. So this one's a little interesting because this list has 11, but includes If This Was a Movie. So we remove If This Was a Movie because we threw it to Fearless. So we have 10. But we have a month to go till Speak Now TV comes out, and there are 6 vault tracks. So we have 16 Speak Now songs.
Jesus.
From 10 to 16 is a big jump.
Yeah.
So that's good. That means we actually get like a higher chance of getting a Speak Now vault track at our show.
You think she'd play a vault track?
I do, because she plays vault tracks for Fearless and Red. So
but
I don't
not when they're just released.
I think Taylor knows the way that we react to her music. Like, I think she knows if Friday tonight she played You're Losing Me, we'd all be singing along and know the words already. Like, she brought out Ice Spice to do Karma featuring Ice Spice on the day it was released.
Yeah, but that's
like, you already know half the song kind of thing.
I think I look at surprise songs as more as like these beloved, like, that's a weird word, like just like songs that we've kind of had for a while that like we cherish,
right,
and like have grown to love. I just don't. I don't think. It's just an opinion. I don't think she'd play a vault song from Speak Now. Like, I think at that point she'd play Speak Now songs.
Okay, fair.
But we'll see.
We'll do a poll. Poll.
Mm.
And I just think it could be an option because we're going to have an entire month from LA since Speak Now TV came out, you know? Like, I think it's a surprise. It's supposed to be something fun, whether or not like we've had it for a long time. I think you're just supposed to be hype about it. I don't know. But you bring up a good point. So we'll poll it.
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Red. This list has 15, but we know that she's not going to play Ronan because it's it's just not going to happen. So I'm going to give Red 14 songs left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1989. 5 songs left.
Jeez.
5 songs. And there's like nothing to say about the 5 songs. That sucks.
Oh man.
That's a rough one. Reputation, Sama, I was so happy to write this. There are 11 songs left from Rep and no changes.
Thank you.
There's a good chance for us. I'm excited about that.
What do you mean no changes?
Like, there was no like this belonged in another album, a vault track, like the list said 11, and there's gonna be like there's 11 chances for us to hear a Rep song.
Okay.
Yay!
Lover, this list has 10, but I don't think that she's gonna play Soon You'll Get Better.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I just really don't. So 9.
No way.
Folklore has 5 left, no changes.
Ooh.
Evermore has 9, but as I'm saying this, I'm like, I have a change already. There's a change. Nobody, No Crime is part of this 9, but based on what we know about Phoebe Bridgers, there's going to be 8.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 Evermore songs left. Midnights, this list has 6, but does not include You're Losing Me. Do we think that she's going to play You're Losing Me?
I think that goes with what I was saying. I don't think so.
Okay. Sama, what do you think?
I don't think so. Maybe just because of like the nature of the song.
Do you think she's going to play Cornelia Street?
Oh man.
I think she would over
Cornelia Street
Losing Me. But we also thought she was never going to play Would've, Could've, Should've.
I was just hoping it would be for us.
And we left Dear John in Speak Now.
Yeah.
We're never going to know how many surprise songs are actually left.
Wait, what do you mean we left Dear John?
like we didn't remove Dear John from the original list of surprise songs, like possibilities. You get me? Like I said, it's 10 because if this was a movie, is now Fearless song.
Oh, so yeah. 10. Okay.
Do you think that maybe, like, since we're at the halfway point, we might have some set list changes, like some substitution?
Some people have mentioned that. And, like, I feel like after Speak Now TV comes out, I feel like she's going to maybe play more Speak Now TV.
Longer, yeah.
That's what I
don't know.
Expecting. Like, could be on the table. I don't know.
And could repeat surprise songs happen? Because she said
Midnights. Yeah, Midnights. She said she could play
or errors.
Times, or errors. Yeah,
that's also like I wonder if that'll happen.
But if we just look at no, like, errors and like just songs that are left, this is basically like, I'll draw it out for you guys. But I did want to bring up. Okay, I have a theory with Speak Now and Long Live, and it's not gonna. My theory is that it's not going to be played at closing night, and it's not because I'm saying we get it the night before closing night, whatever. I think that because Taylor's going to be in Kansas City when Speak Now TV is released on July 7th, she's going to be like, guys, Speak Now TV came out today. I wrote this song for you. Long Live is going to be July 7th in Kansas City.
That's a good prediction.
Because she knows that we're all expecting it for closing night. She's going to do it on July 7th.
That was my go-to. When Getaway Car was taken, I was like, okay, at least we still have Long Live. Please don't kill my hope.
That's what it's going to be. I'm sorry.
And definitely more reason to play it then than to play it on August 8th.
Yeah.
Like,
it's got to go to Kansas City.
Yep. So
that'll happen.
There's like somewhere between 95 and like 100 songs left, possibilities for Taylor to play, and only 48 opportunities to play these songs. So there's going to be a lot of songs that we don't hear as surprise
and I'm a little
songs.
bit excited. I'm excited. Like I can't wait to see the list of songs she doesn't play at the end of tour.
Yeah, so we can kind of be like, why didn't you play those, Taylor?
Yeah.
I'm interested. I only want Endgame if Ed Sheeran is going to come out and do the rap as well. I'd be interested in that. But kind of like speaking of surprise songs, because as I was doing this list, I'm like, okay, where does this fit in? / when I was very ill, I was watching a lot of TV. And I just felt the need to watch the Hannah Montana movie because amazing TV. Like, let's be honest, fantastic movie. Taylor Swift is in it. She wrote You'll Always Find a Way Back Home, one of my favorite Hannah Montana songs ever. So, of course, Taylor's playing Crazier. And I'm like,
I love that song.
Why did I always think it was like a Fearless vault track? And then why did I had like this fever dream that it actually came out as a TV, like a Taylor's version.
Wait, so did I? I can almost picture the cover.
It didn't. It's not a Taylor's version. It's not on Fearless. I feel like it was too early of a song to be Speak Now. So I literally like Google searched when the movie came out. It was 2009. So right in between Fearless era and right in between Speak Now. But Speak Now is an album completely written by Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And Crazier, when I was doing some research on it, she wrote with someone when she was like 13 years old. So it can't be a Speak Now song. And it's too late to be debut.
So it's its own?
I don't know. And like the same thing with like Sweeter Than Fiction is, I mean, like we might see that one come out as a Speak Now vault song. And like, I hope it does because that song's amazing.
That's a good one.
But where the heck is Crazier?
Yeah, that was just like a floater.
Yeah. I mean, like it technically is a floater. Like it doesn't have its own album, but like where in the eras does it fit in?
The era. I don't know.
Because you said it's too late for Fearless.
Yeah, it came out 2009 and Fearless was 2008 and Speak Now is 2010. And Fearless, we've already gotten it, and she already added if this was a movie, like, is she going to add be like, hey guys, also here's this song. And
it
like,
could be a debut.
But it's too late for, I mean, it could be a debut because she wrote it technically when she was like 13.
Right. So it could, when it's Taylor's version.
I just also realized not on that list is I'd Lie. Okay, so like I'd Lie and Crazier are two songs that I'm hoping to Lord Jesus that we get as surprise songs.
And I would associate those with debut, I think.
I feel like I just associate Crazier with Fearless because she's like very clearly in her Fearless era performing the song. Like go back and watch the YouTube performance of it.
Okay.
And like it came out after, like Fearless was basically the only thing that it could have been associated with at the time it came out. But you're right. Like if she wrote it at 13 years old, it definitely would be more of like a debut song.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting though.
I think I always like associate it with the debut song because I remember like as my really early favorite songs, it was on the top was Crazier and Stay Beautiful. Yeah. And those were like my earliest Taylor Swift exposures. So I'm like, I don't know. What is she going to do with it now?
I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But I can't wait for I'd Lie TV. That better be a vault song or Taylor. We're going to have to talk, honestly.
Yes.
Okay. And then
that
lastly,
bridge goes so hard anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So hard.
Really, Taylor went hard all the time.
Yeah.
That's like one of the greatest Taylor Swift songs of all time. And the fact that it's unreleased is like, it so hits different of it all.
Yeah. It's so LimeWire.
Okay. To finish off tonight's episode, we have just one Dear Reader that we're gonna go over today, and it is from Lucy, who, if you guys don't already know, she was the winner of our Folklore Long Pond Studio RSD vinyl. So congrats to Lucy on that. And basically, she just wants to know if the merch lines are worth it and how do friendship bracelets trading work. So I think, like, in terms of merch, we have a post on our page where we show like all the merch that's available at the merch trucks at your show. If you don't see anything from there that's like not your like absolute favorite, like, oh my God, I need to have that, then I would recommend just doing the online merch thing with the 15% off code, which you'll receive after your show. And there's just more merch options to shop around.
Yeah. But I think like if there's merch that you like, the line is worth it. Like the line, at least in my experience, even getting into the stadium was not that long. As long as you kind of get there, you know, before openers or even during openers, I think it's worth it if you like merch. The line, at least in my experience, was not more than like 20 minutes.
Plus they'll also have at the show, like behind where the merch is actually sold, they hang all the merch up so you can see it and decide if you want to make the line, like if there's something that you want to make the line for anyway.
Yeah.
There's some cute shirts though. I know that when we go to LA, I'll probably buy a bunch of merch. So
yeah, worth it. And then the bracelet trading.
It's just like, it's definitely a fun thing to do. Like if it's your first Taylor concert, I love it. If you're social and like you're okay with social interactions with strangers, it's definitely like a little surprising. Like, you know, it's a little out of the ordinary. And maybe that's because we're older. Like maybe for some of the younger Swifties, it comes more naturally to them. But basically, like, I think my suggestion would be wearing the bracelets on your wrist so that people know that you have bracelets and are willing to trade. And you'll notice that people will just naturally come up to you if you do like have them and like look like you want to trade kind of thing.
Yeah, I suggest going up to other people who are wearing them and be like, do you want to trade? Or like, you're wearing a lover outfit. Here's a lover bracelet. Like you can attribute it to something they're wearing and it makes it a little less awkward. Mm-hmm. Like I got a lot of bejeweled ones and people would just come up to me like, this matches your outfit. So like that was cute. Mm-hmm. I think that like going into it, I was like, oh, this is going to be super fun and cool. And I'm pretty social, but it was definitely like, I was very awkward and had to just like, do you want to trade? And I was like trembling, and it got better at the end. Like I'll be better in LA, I think. But yeah, I think show it off, make some that are like era specific, and then give to people that are in that era, and it makes it less awkward. And then just go up to other people that have it. Do you want to trade? And that's it. And don't break it like I did when I stretched it too much in front of the person and totally broke it in front of their face. It was very awkward.
I think also, like, if you're making bracelets before the show and you're kind of like having trouble, what I did that has helped me so much this time around, for my first show, I was just like, kind of like, if I thought of something, I was like, okay, let me make a bracelet now because I'm going to forget about it. I kind of made an Excel sheet where I picked my 5 favorite songs from each album. So like I have the album name as a bracelet and then my 5 favorite songs, whether or not they're like the most popular. Those are my 5 favorite songs. So I'm totally down to just like trade those, whatever. And it just, at least like I have a checklist now. So I'm like, okay, I made that one. Like I know how many I'm making, how many I'm taking, kind of thing. Just makes the process smoother. But it is fun and I definitely like recommend it. If you're comfortable being social. But yes, you should do it. Right. I think that about wraps it up for today. It was a little bit of a longer episode. So if you're still here, thank you so much for listening. I think we had some really fun things to talk about. And like, I'm just, I'm glad we got through it and we had a lot of content coming in today. But next time we're on here, we will be one step closer to LA and like, there's going to be more stuff to talk about. I guarantee you're going to hear me on the next episode say, I feel like since the last time we talked, there's so much going on. So thanks again for listening. Just please make sure to stay up to date with us on socials. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at TSWIFTSISTERS Pod and Twitter at TSWIFTSISTERS. And last but not least, please, 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 if you like this show, give us a rating. However many stars you feel, but hopefully 5. Leave us a little comment. Let us know in Dear Reader what you guys want to see more of. We're open to like chatting with you all the time. If you follow us on socials, you kind of see that we're talking to you all the time. And I do want to say thank you again for participating. I've done like a lot of like little drop in your answer here. And so many of you guys have responded to that. And like, I just can't tell you enough how much of my day like that makes for it. So thanks again.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.